good evening. This is perfectly fine doing it this way. And then if we have to connect, we can definitely connect. So what I'm finding frustrating or challenging this week, it's kind of been, I guess, a couple weeks now. So I have an 18-year-old daughter who's getting ready to go off to university. But I mean, she's been my independent girl always. And then I have a almost 13-year-old son, and he's my mama's boy. He's my him and I have always been like this. And lately he's going through, I guess, well, puberty and friendships. And now I'm finding it very challenging and frustrating over how he doesn't seem to need me or want me, or even really communicate with me. Like, we had a really open communication. We talked lots. I mean, every night before bed, I'd lay down in bed and we talk about our day. And now he wants none of that. He doesn't really want to do anything with me anymore. And I'm like, hey, you want to come hiking? Or hey, you want to go to camp? And he's like, do I have to? I haven't gotten a lot of the attitude yet, but it's slowly starting. And I feel like I've been really lenient, like in the sense of when, like this year when they went into the online learning, I made him his own little room in the basement. So it's kind of like a gaming room, but it was actually like for his schooling. And then in the other spare bedroom, we now have two beds in there. And so that's kind of become him and his friends hangout. So he's got two really good friends that are always here, which I don't mind because they do odd chores around my house. Like, they cut the grass. Um, they'll vacuum the basin when I ask them to, but they're always here. So it's kind of like I'm missing that time with him. And I've been very nice in allowing him to come here and allowing them to eat all of my food. I cannot believe how much food these teenagers are eating of mine. And I finally had to say, you guys need to start asking, because you can't just take all of my food. And I start to feel like I'm that nagging mom. And it's really challenging for me to not be that challenging mom, because I don't want to be that challenging, like that nagging mom, right? So that's been a real stressor and frustration, because my husband and I are on two different pages. So he's about 10 years older than me. So, and the way he was raised is completely different than the way I was raised. I was raised very close to my family. We do everything together. We believe in, like, I'd rather my kids be here, spending time so I know where they are, than off doing other things, where in his mind he doesn't think the friends should always be here, and why are they always hanging out? And so it's kind of creating that conflict between us as well, because I want them to have a safe space, but then I understand he has a really hard time with the one friend, because the one friend is ADHD and ODD. So, I mean, with my background, I can handle him, whereas my husband just cannot handle him. So I'm trying to balance my son's needs and then my husband's needs, and also my own needs, like trying to explain to them that, like, I'm not a maid, do some stuff. And yesterday I hit like my breaking point, because I'm like, okay, I'm making craft dinner for the littles. 'Cause my nieces and nephews are here every day. Do you guys want craft dinner? And they're like, yeah, we want craft dinner. So I make 3 boxes of craft dinner, and I dish out all the craft dinner to everybody, to find out that all of it practically went in the garbage from his friends, because they were like, oh, we're not really hungry. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I would only made 1, maybe 2 boxes. Instead, I had made 3 boxes, and now you're throwing it all in the garbage. So I finally was like, okay, you know what? This is enough. Like, your friends need to start eating at home or bringing their own food or something. Like, and then I wanted the garbage out, and it was this big deal to get the garbage out. And I was just like, you know what, Cameron, I just can't do this anymore. I can't be that fun mom and be viewed as your maid. Like, I need some respect. So it didn't really end very well. He was kind of mad at me, slammed the door, but I just, it's a real struggle. And I told him, I said, you don't understand. Like, I'm trying to let you go, and I'm struggling with that inside. And then I feel you guys are disrespecting me a bit. So I've been trying, like today he had to go to Thunder Bay, which is like 4 hours away. So I've been trying today to kind of just take some time for me and think of how him and I can have a conversation and an understanding of what my expectations are, and maybe ask him what his expectations are. And then I walked downstairs because I had a really good day. And then I walked downstairs and seen that they didn't vacuum and it's just a pigsty. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have the energy to do this. So that's kind of been my challenge, the big challenge and frustration this week. I'm definitely glad I did not take that research course, by the way, because I was in the chat, which I think everybody left that chat, and was seeing everything. And I was like, yeah, there's no way I could have done that on top of watching the little kids and everything this summer. So I'm taking it next, like as a 12 week instead of the 6 weeks. So I get some of the frustration from your end because of the chat, but I'm totally scared to take it in the fall. Anyways, hope this works. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a good night.